Welcome on to NFL Week 11, Week 10. It says two different things. Preview. You know what the deal is. Matt Gannon, your host, Fantra Sports. We got a 14 game slate this week, I think. 14, 13 games. It's a fun week. We had a good week last week betting wise. We did pretty well with the picks I gave out on the show. And I would say about that DFS slate I made, that I will probably do it again here. It cashed. It was like a min cash, but it cashed. I kind of just went game by game and picked out a player or two from each. I built a lineup. So last week I had 1 bet going in. This week I think I have 0 or 1, and I talked myself on to 3. We went 2 and 1, and we hit the bigger one, which was Chiefs minus 9.5, covered by the hook. So let's do it again. Let's find some talk us through game by game and find what we like. All right. So Titans at Packers obviously is Thursday Night Football tonight in Lambeau. It is freezing. I think everyone's going to play the under. Everyone's going to play the under 41. I mean, I feel like even if the conditions weren't what they were, this game would still go under the total. So with that being said, yeah, the under makes a lot of sense. Let's look at players here. So like I said last week, Thursday night game, everyone was like, all right, both defenses. I said just play Carolina, and that worked out very well. So what do you guys want to do here? I don't know. You're going to play defense. I would say probably Green Bay's. Who's more expensive? By 100. Okay, I would say Green Bay's defense here. And then from there, everyone's going to go to Christian Watson, what he did last week. I think you pay up for Lazard. He's getting his targets. He had one down at the 1 yard line, and that what resulted in another Christian Watson touchdown or a field goal. Lazard's going to get his touches. Lazard's going to do good. I like him a lot this week, tonight. As opposed to week long, I don't love him because the game is playing on ice. But in showdown purposes, I like Lazard. So I like the under here. I don't like any side particularly. I tease the Titans up through 9.5, I think, or 9. But that's all I like in that spot. All right, we will move on to. All right, this total moved to 49. The game got moved to Detroit. Let me double check real quick and confirm what this total was, because this line is from yesterday when the game was still in Buffalo, and now it is in Detroit. So, well, obviously the snow is going to be horrible in Buffalo. Hold on, I'm pulling it up right now. I just want to check this line in total to make sure. All right, it's 8.5, 48.5. So what I thought. Bounce back game. I kind of like the Bills to come out hot in the first half, especially now they're not in Buffalo, not in the environment. What's that first half team total looking like? I think that is a viable bet. Halves. Team total is not there. The total for the first half is 3.5. The Bills are minus 3.5, so I feel like that's going to be somewhere around 13.5. I don't hate that, but the Browns might try to pace them out and play slow, keep the ball on the ground with Chubb. So besides that, I like the stack of all stacks, Diggs and Allen. We keep riding it and it keeps working. Diggs and Allen, but besides that, I like kind of Chubb as a bring back, especially if they try to play it slow. Besides that kind of does it. All right, Eagles off of a loss head to Indy off of that massive win with Jeff Saturday. I think this is a massive get-right game, massive letdown, even though it's on the road. Only 7. I think they're a very safe moneyline parlay leg, very safe teaser leg. I think I might be all over the Eagles this week because the Colts, from what we saw from the Colts, it's just like, I don't know how they won that game last week, to be honest. I mean, they played the damn Raiders. It's just like such a mess. Such a mess. So Ryan's playing again, which is the right choice. Like, he's obviously the better option over Ellinger. Jalen Hurts only 8-2. I actually just traded for A.J. Brown in fantasy, I traded away Joe Mixon for A.J. Brown. I think that will pan out well. Maybe not this week, but going forward. So I like A.J. Brown along with Jalen Hurts, and I like the Eagles to cover this number. I like the Eagles to get over their team total, which is set at – let's look at the Eagles team total. Eagles team total 26.5. I thought it would be more towards 25, 24. I don't love that, but I kind of like the Eagles to get right here and cover this number. Definitely first half. I think they're going to come out super hot after what happened last week. That was just a mess. They should have – I mean, Washington played well. Credit where credit's due, but they're obviously the better team. And the Colts, Saturday, they're coming in hot, as in the Eagles are coming in hot. All right. Move down to the Commanders off of that massive win on the road against the Texans. Seems like a bit of a letdown spot. They're sticking with Heineke at quarterback. I don't really love a side. I think this total is also very fair. So with that being said, let's hop right into the DFS slate for this game because I don't really love anything betting wise here. Let's look at all. See if we can find any pieces that we like. Terry McLaurin just had a day, and if he's gonna be Heineke, 11 targets last game, that'll do it. That will do it. If he's gonna become Heineke's guy, we know how dangerous he is, and at 5'9", that is a very viable price. Where does Terry McLaurin rank among all receivers? He's down there. And against this Houston defense, is Terry McLaurin going to go under the radar? I don't think he's going to go under the radar. I think he's going to be a very fair ownership number, but I think he's a very viable option if he's going to just prove to be Heineke's main option. I mean, he's the highest priced Redskins receiver. I never like to play wide receiver ones unless they're like Justin Jefferson, Cooper Kupp, Stephon Diggs, like that. But McLaurin at his price, I think, is a very, very, very viable option. The running back platoon in Washington is still something I want to stay away from. Bring it back with Nico Collins, I'd say, for Houston. Maybe even do this. Maybe even get gritty. Where is it? Because I think either the Redskins could come out with a stinker, or this is going to be a game. It's tight spread. What about this? What about that? I don't think that's a bad option. I like McLaurin too. So start building a lineup. McLaurin, Mills, and then I don't like Lazard for full game. I liked A.J. Brown. Where is he? I like A.J. Brown, so we'll get these guys in there. All right, let's keep rolling. And we'll build a lineup as we go. This is fun. All right, Panthers. My Panthers head to Baltimore, where I am right now. Sadly, I will be not here. I'll be in Connecticut this weekend. Traveling guy. Look. Panthers just won again. They were a frisky bunch. But the play in this game is Kenyon Drake. So the Baltimore receiving cores are injured. Bateman's out. Their Duvernay's the wide receiver one. Mark Andrews coming off of an injury. They are going to look to establish the run with Lamar Jackson 1, with Kenyon Drake 2. So the Panthers are going to key on Lamar Jackson 110%, leaving options for Kenyon Drake downfield in the passing game, dump offs, running completely. It's going to be cold, not great throwing conditions, and they're aware of that. I'm here in Baltimore right now. It's not great weather. So it's going to be a Kenyon Drake game, I believe. So let's see what his price is. I believe it's like 5.9. Oh, 5.9. Okay. Kenyon Drake it is. That is the play in that game. All right. Almost halfway there. Lions head to Giants schedule is so easy. They're going to be what? 9-2 after this game, something like that. If they win, which they probably will, they're facing the Lions, who just that was a good win they had in Chicago. So totals 45. I don't like Giants games DFS at all. I think they're all like low scoring, boring. Saquon obviously, but besides that, are the Lions going to bring their energy that is just score a lot of points, give up a lot of points? I don't know if they will bring it all the way to Jersey because the Giants have been setting the tone. Dable has been fucking awesome. I love him. I loved him in Buffalo. He was the best coach at rebounding when things didn't go well last season. And I wouldn't necessarily say that's what he's done as the Giants head coach, but just his presence, you could just tell the team looks different, like drive in, drive out. But you really saw it last year in Buffalo. He had them in different sets, game by game, when it wasn't going well. So I don't want to play anything here. I don't want to play anyone on DFS here. We'll move. All right, Jets. This is a lean I have. Jets plus 3.5 at the Patriots. Kind of a revenge game. Zach Wilson saw what happened placing New England at home, and he didn't play horrible, but he didn't have his best game. I mean, he never has his best game. He just didn't play horrible last time. Jets should have won that game at home last time they played. A defensive touchdown or a special team touchdown, I think, was the difference in that game. But the Jets definitely outplayed them in 2 out of the 3 passes of the game, and then didn't do it there. What's the Jets total? But I like the Jets plus 3.5 to cover. That actually might be one of my plays this week. All right, Jets total is 16.5. That's a good number, just a good number. I think I like that. But Jets 3.5 probably will be on the card this week. But DFS wise, no one. Now let's pull up the lineup to see where we got so far. We have 4 guys. I really like Justin Fields here also. I like both quarterbacks here, but since we already have a quarterback in at Davis Mills at 5'2", we're going to get some weapons. So I think this is going to be an over game. I think this is going to be like the Bears have proven to be not the Bears that we know and love of just 13-10 games, ugly, low scoring. They have a legit offense, and their defense isn't great. Not that they have a legit offense. The coaches are using their quarterback correctly. They're not trying to make Justin Fields a drop-back passer. They're letting him run. They're letting him roll out. Well, what got him to this level? What got him to the first-round pick? Throwing on the run, making plays with his legs. Why would you try to change him when you're in the NFL, Matt Nagy? Now look what he's doing. And I wish the Panthers would have taken him at 8 that year, but it is what it is. So I don't really want to go with a Bears pass catcher because that's a coin flip. You don't know what you're going to get. I want to go with Kyle Pitts in the flex, or at tight end. I don't know why I said flex. I want to go Kyle Pitts. You could say he's due. 4,400 against a defense who struggled against tight ends. I think that is a viable option. The target share is just not really there, and I'm not going to say like he's getting targets. It's just not there. But at this price, we know his upside, and the game he has those games where he gets those 6 to 7 targets, like twice this year. Like they kind of come when they come, and especially if they're going to be playing from behind and be throwing a lot. I like Kyle Pitts at 4,400. All right, Rams and the Saints. No Cooper Kupp, no Matthew Stafford. This game is 38.5 for a reason. If Jameis is starting, which I don't think he is, I think the Saints roll. Dennis Allen said Saints will consider starting him. It's tough because I don't know what they're doing trying to start Andy Dalton. Like, is he like it's not like he's a new rookie who's they're trying to develop. It's damn Andy Dalton provides it unless they're trying to lose games, which is like maybe they are because they're not winning shit this year. I like the Saints -3 here. This is just an ugly game. No DFS plays either for this game. All right. Vegas heads to Denver, 3-point favorites. Man, Vegas is a mess, and they continue to do this thing where they play awesome halves, and they can't put complete games together. I think they play like one complete game together. They just cannot. They play by quarters. Like their quarters are their games. Josh McDaniels in the hot seat. Expect this offense to heat up, but they're playing a good damn defense in Denver. What is Vegas's defense? Because that's an option. I think this game's gonna be ugly. Game's gonna be very, very ugly. 2,500. Yeah, hell yeah. That is a cheap defense. We will play Vegas. I didn't even show you. We'll play Vegas' defense. Where is it? I think that's my takeaway from this game because everyone's gonna play Broncos defense against this Raiders offense. It's not good, but they have so many weapons. I don't really want to play any of their targets. I like the Raiders defense, though, to just keep points off the board, even though they're the damn Raiders. All right. We will move on to, Cowboys and Vikings. Now, this is a play that I like, and I haven't bet it yet. I like the Cowboys either first half team total or Cowboys -1.5. And why do I like that? So the Cowboys just blew a 14-point second half lead. That was a mess. The Vikings just won one of the craziest games I've ever seen with my eyes. So they head back home. Vibes are high. Hottest team in the league. Coming back against a very angry Cowboys team who should have won that game in Lambeau. Now they have back-to-back NFC North road games. They were dialed at practice last week. Mike McCarthy's coached against the the Vikings plenty of times before. I know it's a new agenda and new coaches there. He knows how to win there, though, is what I'm getting at. So I think the Cowboys are going to come out super hot. They're down their practice this week. Vikings riding that high. Just a week ago, the Cowboys were hotter than the Vikings. I mean, I know they're a 1-point favorite here. It kind of checks out. But what I'm getting at, Cowboys are going to come out super hot. Vikings, a little slow after that massive win, and now they're back home. So let's check this Cowboys first half team total / first half money line. I think it's going to be somewhere around the 13, 12 range. So where is this game? All right. Cowboys, I'm pulling it up right now. Cowboys, halves. Cowboys first half -1. The total is 24. So that's going to be 13. It's probably going to be 13. I like that a lot. The Ravens I keep saying Ravens. Vikings secondary is just objectively bad. You saw what happened in the last 5 minutes against the Saints offense. They couldn't stop them. They got bailed out. That's going to be my biggest play of the week. Cowboys first half team total. Bang. All right. And then actually with that, do I like Pollard? No. So Cowboys first half team total. Let's look. We don't want to just get rid of this game yet. This is probably my favorite game on the slate. Let's do a little. I like him to get. What's Zeke's status? Limited. So what's his price? 6 flat. All right, here's what we're going to do. We're going to go a Vikings running back, as in Dalvin Cook. Bring it back with a Cowboys receiver. I like Gallup. Then we have 5 flat for the remaining flex. I like that. So this is one of my favorite games, and I think we're going to have to go to a Charger here. Unless we find someone else at 5 flat. All right. Bengals, Steelers, -4 after the bye. Damn, you know who else I really like? I like T. Higgins. I'm not going to be able to fit him. Who do I like more, T. Higgins or A.J. Brown? What's the price? We will go to Sin. Higgins is 7-1. What's A.J. Brown? 8K. I'll just stay with Brown. But what I'm saying in this game, I love T. Higgins. I wrote up Joe Mixon the week he had that 50-point game, and I said, just watch. T. Higgins is next, and I think we're getting it. Off the bye, got more practice with Burrow and Tyler Boyd without Jamar Chase in the lineup. Jamar Chase has one of the highest target shares among all NFL receivers. That target share is going to have to go somewhere. And just remember, T. Higgins was a stud before Jamar Chase got into the league. Can't forget about him. I like the Bengals to cover, bounce back. I hate betting against Tomlin as a home underdog, but I think the Bengals will get clear of that number. All right, Chiefs and Chargers. This is a game where I think we could find someone under 5K because this is another game that should go over the total, or at least it's a high total, 50, one of the highest on the slate. Who can we get at Clyde? Man, he's just – you can't trust any Chiefs running back. MVS? See, this is tough. I kind of want to get someone from this game now. Larry Roundtree, oh my God, Missouri boy. I think it's going to have – Gerald Everett, the starting tight end at 4.8 at a flex, especially when they're limited with those receivers. I like Gerald Everett. Is that crazy? I like Gerald Everett to run 2 tight ends. That's getting different. So let's look at this lineup. Shit. How do I get rid of this? There we go. All right. Let's look at this lineup. I just did it again. Sorry. Let's look at this lineup. Davis Mills, Kenyon Drake, Dalvin Cook, Terry McLaurin, A.J. Brown, Michael Gallup, Kyle Pitts, Gerald Everett with the Raiders defense. That's a full slate. We'll send it to myself. Actually, I'm not sure my number. Crazy. So that's the lineup we're going to rock with this week. Let's talk about this game for a little bit, and then we'll talk about the Monday Night Football game. Chiefs minus 5.5 at the Chargers. Chargers got it done. They covered for us at plus 7.5 last week on the road in San Fran. I wish I got this plus 7 while I was there because I like them at home. I would not be surprised if they win this outright because preseason these teams were neck and neck. Injuries have really hurt the Chargers for sure, so I definitely lean the Chiefs. I don't know if they're 5.5 points better, but I definitely would lean the Chiefs to win this outright. Chargers stay within the number. All right, final game of the week, Monday Night Football. 49ers 8-point favorites back-to-back weeks, and although they're on the road, I like this -8 better than last -8. The Cardinals have been an absolute mess. We don't know Kyler's status yet. I think he's going to play, and they're just a mess. They shoot themselves in the foot when they're going well, and even when Kyler's in, they're just not doing anything. They're getting on the field, throwing a pick. They're false starting at home. Mistakes you can't make. They have talent all over the field, and they're just not doing it. So I lean the 49ers -8 here. Showdown. So let's look at this lineup. Let's look at this game. Who are you going to want to captain in this game? San Francisco, Arizona. I know these prices aren't the same. Who are you going to want to captain? You got to think that whoever's throwing the ball for Arizona, they're going to be throwing the ball playing from behind against the 49ers. So you captain. I think you got a captain it's tough. I kind of want to say Garoppolo. Just get so deep. No, everyone's going to go to McCaffrey or Debo. Captain Garoppolo because he's going to be throwing to those guys. And then from there, you play your one of Debo, Kittle, maybe fit in both of them, and then bring it back with they have no targets. The Cardinals' targets are just so bad. Because I was going to say you bring it back with Zach Ertz. You don't do that. Trey McBride, he's going to be so cheap. And he's going to – that's like – he's going to get targets because even though he's so cheap, it's not like you're playing a mispriced golfer. He's mispriced because he's the starting tight end at 2.9. You might have to play him. All right. That about does it. 25 minutes. Show the lineup again so you guys can see what we're going to be rocking with this week. We cashed last week. Hopefully we'll cash again. You guys know where to find me. DM me if you have any questions and catch my article this weekend. Peace out. I'll catch you guys soon.